Welcome to Enviro Close-Up. I am Carl Grossman in New York, speaking to Oren Lyons, who's out in California, in San Rafael, California, at the 14th Annual Bioneers Conference. Oren Lyons is the Faithkeeper of the Turtle Clan of the Onondaga Nation, a member of the Onondaga Council of Chiefs. He's a professor of American Studies at the State University of New York at Buffalo, where he's been the director of the Native Studies program. Books he has authored include Exiled in the Land of the Free, Democracy, Indian Nations, and the U.S. Constitution. Oren, you have written that we are living in a time of prophecy, a time of definitions and decisions. We are the generation with the responsibilities and the option to choose the path of life for the future of our children. Could you please elaborate on that?
Well, I think I'm doing a lot of investigation and study on global warming, and the intensity of and the acceleration of global warming is very well, I'd say it's very obvious at this point, and it's manifesting itself throughout the world. There's been large chunks of ice has been breaking off from Antarctica. Permafrost is melting in Alaska. Glaciers and the snow is melting in Greenland. The currents in the Atlantic Ocean are slowing down because of the convection of fresh water and salt water. So things are pressing forward.
Oren, what must be done?
I'll tell you what I think must be done. I think it will take a total mobilization of all the nations of the world to take as much interest and put as much emphasis on dealing with global warming as they put into this idea of terrorism. And they did take action. Well, I think that the same actions have to be taken on behalf of global warming.
What kind of actions?
Well, I believe that, first of all, you just have to get rid of some bad habits that we have. We have to burn less fossil fuel. The main problem that global warming is burning of fossil fuel, whether it's gasoline or coal-burning plants or anything of that nature. It is the element that is causing this global warming, and scientists now finally have agreed, yes, that's a fact. So I asked, a scientist. I said, well, what happens when we push the limit of this global warming? What happens? And he said, well, the Earth has its own systems, these great systemic cycles that they have. It takes care of itself. So when the Earth gets too hot, then it will impose its own rules to get cooler. And so he explained, he said, it's like a dimmer switch you have in a room, and you want more light, and so you keep turning the switch up, and it gets brighter and brighter, and finally you come to the end of your switch, or your dimmer, and you want it more, and you give it one more push, and then the dimmer switch becomes a switch in itself. It'll go from hot to cold, like that, like a switch. It'll be faster than we can comprehend. And I said, well, what happens when it switches? He said, well, it'll go from hot to cold. It'll start snowing. I said, it'll start snowing. He says, yeah, it begins cooling itself off. It'll start snowing. He said, 24 hours a day for 100 years. So when this happens, which we're pushing, it's the convections in the Atlantic Ocean. We have fresh water all the way to the Carolinas coming from Greenland now. People don't know that. That's why the currents are slowing down. The convection is there. It's all the way to the Carolinas. Now, right now. So what's going to happen there, obviously, is, you know, as the currents slow down, the ocean's going to heat up, the winds are going to get higher and stronger. And that was one of the prophecies that we were told. Watch the acceleration of the winds. As they accelerate, so that the earth deteriorates. And then there was one other that went with that, and that was, watch how people treat their children. When people begin to take their children and to misuse them and to not take care of them, that's another indication of the degrading of the earth. And I see both of those in great strength now. So what can we do? We can take this news, and we can, as a people, begin to challenge the leadership that we have and put leaders in that will abide by what's needed. And we have to change our values. Simple as that. And one of the organizations that I worked with for quite a while was the Global Forum of Spiritual and Parliamentary Leaders. And we had people like Mother Teresa there, and you know, the Dalai Lama, and the Archbishop of Canterbury, and Al Gore, and all kinds of it, you know, including President Gorbachev. We were meeting on the issues. And we met again and again, and finally we met in Tokyo, and Akio Matsumura, who was the executive director, you know, posed the question, well, what have we learned after all this discussion, after all these meetings? And it came down to 4 words: value change for survival. Either change your values or you're not going to survive. Simple as that.
Thank you so much, Oren Lyons, a man we must all listen to. And thank you for watching. This has been Enviro Close-Up. For a copy of this or any Enviro video program, just visit www.envirovideo.com.